Hi, welcome back guys. I've got a nice little tip of the day for you today. With regard to the physically difficult postures in any forms that you're practicing. So your Taiji forms, your Bagua forms, this applies to any martial art though, same concept. So we're talking about, you know, these sort of postures, this sort of thing. These postures, your duck lands on water from the Bagua, all of that kind of stuff, okay? Why are you struggling with them? If you are struggling, you might not be someone, if you're not struggling with them, you shouldn't need to watch this video. But you may find it useful for if you teach anyone else. Why do you struggle with them? Why are they so difficult? And why are you not progressing? Why are they always difficult? It's weak, lazy legs. That's the bottom line, okay? There might be a few other things in there, like you might be physically doing the posture incorrectly. You might be aligning the feet or the hips funny. So there's that. But for the most part, if you feel like you can do, like when you do the posture, you come to, I don't know, squatting single whip or something, and you do it and you're like, yep, feels good, okay? Feels aligned, feels strong and everything. But when you do it, you come up and you're like, oh, it's hurting my legs. Or then you get to the postures, you know, where you do 5 or 6 of those movements in a row, and you really find by the 6th one, you're like, oh, can I stand up now? And you're tired, you're sore in the legs. You got weak legs. What do you got to do if you got weak legs? You've got to practice more. See, what most people do is, the problem that people have is, they learn these postures in a form, but those postures are only done once or twice in the whole form. If your practice is to do the form once every morning, you're only doing those postures that amount of times. So essentially what you need to do is, you need to take whichever posture, this applies to all of them, but let's take snake creeps down, it's the most common. Learn it properly from whatever style or form you're learning, learn it how it's done correctly, make sure the alignment, the structure is there, and then do it in reps. Literally do it as a separate muscular workout. That's how you will get stronger. Because if you only ever do it, I mean, you will get stronger gradually, but it's not going to get you there fast. It's like if I want to become better at chin-ups, and I just do 1 chin-up each morning, and I can only do 1 chin-up, it's going to take a hell of a long time till I can do 2 chin-ups and 3 chin-ups and 4 chin-ups. But if I do that 1 chin-up, and then later on the day, I try to do that chin-up again, or I get a tension band, or I jump up and slowly let myself down, whatever. Anything I can do to do more chin-ups, I'm going to be up to 10 chin-ups in no time at all, in comparison to if I just did 1 chin-up every morning. That would never work. So it's the same with this. Do your whole Yang Lu Chan's form, or Taiji form, whatever form, and then just do that 1 little squat, and then you're up, and then sometime half hour later you do 1 more squat somewhere later in the form. That's not enough. You are never ever going to get that strength that you want from your legs by doing that. You need to go into the posture, go to the other side, go back the other way, and do it as an exercise, literally, and think about the muscles. Yep, glutes are engaged, everything's feeling strong. You can pause there for a moment if you want. Yeah, okay. I would suggest starting off like that. Alternating, that's easier because your leg's only taking it once, then having a break. You can then take it up and you can say, okay, now I'm going to do my snake creeps down. Okay, get yourself lined up, go down, and just straighten it back up again. Literally, just do it like a squat. Down, straighten it back up again. Do 30 reps, or do however many you can. Like Treat it like any other normal workout. See how many you can do. Let's say you can do 10 until you're starting to lose structure and break principles. Then go to the other leg, do 10. Then come back and do it again. Do like 3 sets of 10. The next day, you're not going to be able to walk. Your legs are going to be so sore. But once they heal and you keep on that path of properly strengthening your legs, you're then going to come back to the form. And because in the form you only do it once, or twice, or 3 times at the most, you're going to find it so easy. The benefit of that is not only that you're physically stronger, but your Qigong will work so much better in the form, the energy cultivation part of your training, because you're not stressing yourself out. Let's say you're doing single whip and you're coming through the form, you're feeling just totally at peace, totally zen, soft, everything's just, oh yeah, you're really in your form. Just, it's so good. You know when you get that, just that amazing, you're so in it, you just don't want to stop. And then you come to here, and then you go, oh, that's hard. You totally lost it. Because your muscles are under so much pressure, you've lost that nice feeling. So if you can get it to the point where you do that posture and you just, yeah, that's cool. It doesn't cause you to puff, to pant. You can go down into that posture and stand there, have a relaxed conversation with someone without shaking and, using a lot of tension. So once you get to that amount of strength, you'll find that your chi flow doesn't get hindered because you're not using so much tension in order to actually hold the posture, because you're stronger. So by developing stronger muscles in the correct pathways, you're going to have so much more softness. I'm not talking about doing it like a bodybuilder. If you do it to that extent, like when you touch a bodybuilder's arm, it's like they're just always hard, even if they're relaxed, because they're just constantly under stress all the time. That's all they do. You don't want to go that. Whenever my father would talk about, Earl Montague, my father, when he would talk about weight training is not good for your taiji, he didn't just mean any kind of weight training. He meant like full-on bodybuilding stuff. Having thighs like this, that's not good for your chi development. That will block your energy. But just developing a strong body, that will actually enhance your energy. You can take it one step further. You can, what have I got here? That'll do. You can grab like a weight of some kind. That's about 15 litres of water. So you can put that on your shoulder and then do the squat. Go, oh yeah, oh that's nice now, yeah. Just that little bit of added weight. As I say, I'm not going crazy, not putting 100 kilos on your back or something whilst you're doing that posture, but just that little bit of extra weight. So that's 15 litres, that's about 15 kilos. That's not a lot of weight. But if you're already a bit weak, you try that, you're not even going to be able to do the squat. So if you can do that with the 15 kilos, get that up to 10 reps or something, then you come to your form. It's literally like as if your muscles, they don't have to flex as much anymore. I explained this in one of the other videos the other day with reference to tension in the body. If your muscles are stronger, they won't be as tense. Okay, so look, watch my biceps. So that's this muscle here, if you don't know. Okay, try and just let my arm sort of hang. So that's obviously, totally soft, right? They're not engaged whatsoever. If I lift, you can't see my hand, but I'm doing that. I'm bending my elbow. So if I bend the elbow a little bit, you see? Right, it's totally flabby. Now, it's just gone a little bit taut. It's a little bit of tension in there, you see? But it's very soft still. I'm not feeling any excessive pressure through the tendons, anywhere there. It's very, very soft, although it is engaged. Now, if I put 8 kilos on the end of it, now I can feel all the muscles straining. Okay, now the muscles are under massive tension. But if you were to, for example, now that's just me holding 8 kilos, so it's not that heavy. But if you were to take my father, for example, now my father could bicep curl somewhere between 25 and 30 kilos. Well, I remember him bicep curling 25 kilos once, and it seemed easy for him. I'd never sort of tested him and saw how much he could curl, but I remember it was when I was much younger, I was about 16 or something, and I saw this weight in a sports shop. And I picked it up, and I'm like going, oh, look at me. I'm lifting it with two hands like this, and it was 25 kilos. And I went, hey, Dad, bet you can't lift that. Thinking like, I'm thinking in my mind, only like a full-on bodybuilder could lift a weight that heavy. I didn't know how strong my dad was at the time. He's just come along, picked it up, and went, yeah, it's a nice weight. Yeah. And walked off. And I'm sitting there like, but he doesn't do much weight training. How is he that strong? But, he had done a lot of weight training in his earlier days when he was younger. And, just his martial art training, of course, from all the push hands and the wrestling and all of that, obviously developed strong biceps. But anyway, my point is, right now I wouldn't even be able to lift 25 kilos. But let's say I could let's say when I lift the 8 kilos, I can easily lift the 8 kilos, no problem. But my muscles are under a certain amount of tension. Now, Dad's muscles, if he was still alive, his muscles are that much stronger than mine that he would be able to lift that same 8 kilos and the muscle would be in a much more relaxed state than what mine is. So you see what I'm saying there? This is why you want to be able to at least move your own body weight with relaxation. This is what I like to achieve. Move your own body weight with relaxation. Sorry, not relaxation, but soft activation, if you like. Because like I say, you don't want to go too far the other way and say, oh, well, okay, Eli said that if my muscles are stronger, I'll therefore be softer and I'll therefore get better chi flow. So in theory, if I could squat with 500 kilos on my back, that means I'm going to be stronger, doesn't it? That means therefore I'm going to have more chi flow. Yes and no. Yes, you're stronger, so yes, your muscles will be under less tension when you're just squatting your own body weight, but the amount of pressure and tension you have to put your body through to get that strong is excessive. Okay, so that's, in my experience anyway, I've never seen someone who's that strong who is soft and fluent. I've never witnessed it, so I don't know if it's possible. That does not mean flexible. I've seen lots of very flexible people. Flexibility and softness are two completely different things. You can be very tight as far as not being very flexible, but be totally soft. You can also be very, very flexible, but not soft at all. So they're two completely different concepts. So it's all about a balance. If you can get those muscles in your legs stronger just by doing simple little squatting exercises, they're not extreme bodybuilding. So that's going to only improve your Taiji form or your Bagua form. But if you go too far the other way and go full-on bodybuilding with massive weights on your shoulders and big up, make your thighs like this where they just look unnatural. They don't fit your skeleton. That for me is where you've gone too far, where your legs don't fit your skeleton. Anyway, so that's my general lesson for today is if you're struggling with something, you need to do it more. Don't just do your form. The same can be said for coordinational stuff as well, not just physical things. So that's obvious with physical stuff. You need to strengthen those muscles in order to be able to do those particular squatting exercises. But also, if you're having trouble with the coordination of something, you have one of this kind of posture from the form. It's a bit of a tricky one. So a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, hang on, I've got to time the foot and the hand. It's tricky. But what people tend to do is they'll go, okay, there, then there. They'll work it through in their head. And then the first time they get it, they're like, there we go. Yep, I've got it. I've got it now. Right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Session finished. You haven't got it yet. You got it once or twice. You need to get it in. You need to let it sink in. So you've only just got it, and then you stop practicing, and then you just go back to doing your form once a day. Therefore, you only do that posture once a day. Chances are you're going to forget all that good training you just did. So once you learn how to do something, you need to get it into your body so that it just happens then without even having to think about the movement. It's got to become part of your body. So it applies to any postures in the form, but yeah, where I see it the most is on the physical development things, such as the low postures. So yeah, really work on that. Do it in repetition, alternating sides, then go to one side squatting, and then if you really want to strengthen your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads and so on, grab some kind of a weight, put it on your shoulders, and do some more to really bring out that strength in your body. But don't go excessive. Yeah. So, hope that helps. Good stuff, guys.